everyone, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Susan Timchak and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And I'd like to welcome you here today. Whew, those are tough coming out words, you know. Words, yeah. I don't know, I feel backwards today, but anyhow. Today I'm continuing my series of my A to Z techniques in which I am creating for myself and my customers and friends a booklet that will include techniques from A to Z. So we've just started, so if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, be sure to go and check them out. So I'm using my Project Life book with my page protectors, which can still be purchased through my online store at www.stampinsucreates.stampinup.net. So here today, what we're going to be doing is bleaching technique. Okay, so you might have seen this before. A lot of these techniques have been around for quite some time, but I'm kind of bringing them back again. And I'm making this booklet up so that if someone says, oh, I want to do a fun technique, you can pull out that book, it'll show a sample of it, and it will have the short description as to how to do it. So anyhow, the bleaching technique, the technique here is to stamp your outline image with craft or a pigment type black ink onto colored cardstock, emboss with clear embossing powder, heat using household bleach and either a paintbrush or aqua painter, paint the portions of your image that you want to bleach out, let dry completely. You can get it whiter if you bleach a second time. So there is the technique instructions if you want to screenshot that, and then you can type them up and make up your own little book. That would be great. So let's get started. So my first thought when I heard bleaching was this stamp set called Beautiful You. Sorry, my dog. And it is a set of 2 different stamps with lots of images. Oh, that dog is just going to drive me nuts today. I'm going to lock her up in her crate. She hears and sees every little thing. So anyhow, this was the first stamp set I thought of when I thought I would share this technique with you today. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have my little pieces of cardstock. This one I'm not going to outline like I've done in the other ones. I'm just going to use it as is. And this is it the Mary Merlot, I believe. So I'm going to use this stamp here with this kind of woman with a dress and a hat. I thought that would be fun. You can use any image you wish. Normally I would use an embossing buddy on this, but I'm not going to. And I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to use my Versamark ink pad, and I'm going to use a black embossing powder. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and we're going to stamp her right there. Okay, and then I'm going to use the words celebrate. That also comes in this stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that right there. So the Versamark is a watermark ink pad, but it also can be used for embossing. I have a little coffee filter here to catch my powder. I'm going to sprinkle on my black embossing powder and shake it off. Do a little tap tap. If you see any powder anywhere that you don't want to be there, just get rid of that right now. So put it into here, and then this will go right back in my jar. So now this is going to be a little noisy. I'm using my old embossing heat tool. My other one is downstairs, so I apologize for this. We're going to heat set this and emboss it. So you'll see what will happen is, whoop, it'll turn. It'll get it nice and shiny and raised. And that's just what we want. Not sure if you can see that on the camera or not. Okay, let's turn that off. So, I'm trying to see. There you go. Can you see how it's shiny? You're going to give that just a second or so to set up. And it kind of, the embossing powder goes on, it heat sets it, it melts, and then it dries hard and creates that embossed image on there. So what I did ahead of time, you want to be very careful when you're working with bleach. Well ventilated area, and this is that dripless bleach that I had just, downstairs in my laundry room. So it kind of has a little more thickness to it. You know, it's still watery, but you still want to be careful. You might want to wear an apron, or, you know, I wear glasses, so, you know, protective eyewear, you know, just be careful because it is bleach. This is a aqua painter, and I'm going to take a permanent marker and write bleach on it, because you can open this up and pour bleach into this little reservoir, but I don't want to do that because I think that's a little too messy, and I'm just going to work from my little lock and lock container here. So what I'm going to do is now there's no liquid or anything in this aqua painter. Just going to dip this in, and I'm just going to I'm going to do a little bit on her hat. And what happens is, I went a little bit outside the range there. Because this is embossed, it kind of holds that bleach inside the lines. Okay, so it kind of makes it like a little dam so that it holds it there, and it won't spread out beyond unless you go outside the lines, which, you know, I tend to do just because. So let's go ahead. Now, every cardstock color is going to bleach out differently. Can you see it already bleaching? It's going to take a little bit, you know, to completely finish that. But if you want to speed it up a little bit, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to just hit it a little bit with our embossing gun. And look at that. Wow. Look at how cool that is. That just bleaches that cardstock right out. Now, like I said, every piece of cardstock is going to look a little different because of depending on how the cardstock was created and what the base of it was. This one pretty much did white. So let me just grab a piece out of my scrap bin. Let's do a little black. Now, I'm not going to do any embossing. I just want to show you. Just do a little dot here. And a few little dots. Just to see. Let's hit this with the heat tool. See what we get out of this. See? The black? I mean, I'm not seeing anything on the black. How weird is that? How weird. Okay, let's try another color. Just because. Let's try this Bermuda Bay. Let's see what we get here. That's weird that the black didn't do any color. Find that very strange. Oops. Let's hit this, see what we get. There we go. See what would happen if you did not have the embossing. See how it kind of runs? The embossing holds that in. But the Bermuda Bay, pretty much, it's almost, well, I think I was starting to burn it. I hit it too much. But it's just odd that the basic black, it didn't do any bleaching on it. So again, it's an experimental thing to give it a try. I'm going to get rid of that before he ends up wearing it. And let me put the lid on this. Excuse me. I have another technique that I'm going to do with bleach as well. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And where's my book? Okay, let's get our book out. We're starting a new page. All right, let's put her in there. And then our little technique, little card. And that right there is your bleaching technique, which is a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're enjoying this series that I'm doing for you with the A to Z technique book. And I hope that you give it a try. If you do, be sure to mention down below that you did, or what colors you worked with. I'd be interested to see what kind of results you received with this. So thanks so much. If you're interested in subscribing, that would be wonderful. Hit the little bell. Be sure to like, comment, share. Give me a thumbs up. That will help me in creating more and more videos for you to come. So thanks so much. I hope you have a super Stampin' day, and I'll see you back here again real soon. Bye for now.